because today Abhinav is not here. Layer 1, layer 2. Layer 2 is like a Lightning network for Bitcoin, and Polygon, many others for Ethereum. Let's cover this after covering challenges for Bitcoin and challenges for Ethereum. The challenges for Ethereum and the Bitcoin. We covered this as well. Challenges for Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Too slow. Too slow is that it cannot change. It's just decided. It's just decided. Bitcoin is already decided from the beginning that it's just decided from the beginning to confirm one block per 10 minutes average. And we don't usually consider one block confirmation as a complete as a complete transaction. It's a complete transaction, but there is a possibility that might be polluted, manipulated. So if you go to website, for example, Polygon, what? Yeah, confirmation deposit block. So let's go to an exchange named Kraken. Let's go to Kraken. Then you can see Kraken's confirmations requirements. So let's look up Bitcoin. Bitcoin in this Kraken exchange. Other exchanges accept as a legitimate transaction deposit if it is more than 3 confirmation or 3 or more. But here only 4 or more confirmation, which is expected to be 40 minutes. Your exchange will confirm it as a legitimate deposit. Kraken will accept your Bitcoin deposit after 4 confirmations, which is 40 minutes, because 10 minutes per 1 confirmation. Will accept your Bitcoin deposit after 4 minutes as a legitimate transaction. This is because of the possibility of manipulation. Did anybody say something? Let me check. Sorry for being late. And the fee is very high for ordinary people. Let me. Fee is high. How much is Bitcoin fee? On the Bitcoin network, the average daily transaction fee this year has been as low as one to $2 and as high as $62. Bitcoin, how much is average Bitcoin trend? It seems that Ethereum went really crazy these days. Ethereum is supposed to be much lower, but it seems that Ethereum gas fee is also like $70. So it both platforms, both blockchain platforms has a fee issue. Fee is high. Currently, dozens of dollars per transaction. But still, we made an example of India's richest guy. It doesn't need to be the richest guy. For still, Bitcoin as a store of value and as a form of M1, the basic money, it has no issue. It has no issue. I mean, it's an issue. It's an issue. 40. You have to wait for 40 minutes to deposit, and and exchanges, and it's gonna cost you dozens of dollars. And depending on where you're from, you're not gonna spend dozens of dollars, especially when it's no matter where you're from. If it is dozens of dollars, the total amount of money you want to transfer is dozens of dollars. You're not gonna do it because fees is even higher. Still, Bitcoin has no issue. I mean, you have to understand it. Fail has no issue, meaning technology wise. Ethereum has bigger issues because uh, challenges for Ethereum the same. The problems are all the same. Too slow. It's much faster than Bitcoin. Bitcoin Kraken will accept your Ethereum deposit after. Let's look up here. Ethereum 20 confirmations, and it's gonna take 5 minutes. Wow, great advancement. 20 confirmation, which is gonna take 5 minutes. Much better than Bitcoin, but fee is high. You think that why? Wow, Ethereum looks to be functioning much better than Bitcoin, but however, however, Ethereum has a much bigger issue than Bitcoin because it tries to solve different problems. It's not trying to be M1, not M1. It's trying to be the infrastructure. Infrastructure. It wants to execute. It wants to run programs for finance. That's the issue. That's the issue. And let's just think in this way. You want to be something. You want to be something in the future. Uh, wants to do too many things. If you want to be a scientist, you want to focus on your researches and studying science and mathematics. If you want to be a designer, you want to be focused on like a drawing, designing. If you want to be financial analyst, you want to be focusing on mathematics, economics. If you want to be economist and at the same time financial analyst and designer and all right designer and what was it, scientist, it's likely that you're not gonna be anything. It's likely that uh, you'll end up at home. You'll end up at home being nothing. Uh, so that's what Ethereum is in that situation. So Bitcoin, it's clear that it has one purpose. It wants to be the money, the money. It wants to be the money in the blockchain field, and it successfully won that place. As we can see that as we can see from the market cap. And even if you go to Ethereum and any other chains, the the base money there is largely backed by Bitcoin, also backed by United States dollar. But let's see here again, Ether scan, and we go to tokens, ERC20 top tokens, and you can see USD Tether a lot. BNB it's not stable coin. USDC is also stable coin. Rob beat Bitcoin. So Bitcoin locked in on the Ethereum blockchain is a lot, and it's ranked ninth place on the Ethereum blockchain. So Bitcoin clearly succeeded to be the money in this field, but Ethereum established its place in a secured enough place, but it could be reversed because its value is from locked in values from outside assets, and the utility its value is eventually its value is from the utility. That's why there is a slim chance that Ethereum could be taken over by successors, but Bitcoin very unlikely. So we saw that there are these issues. To solve these issues, uh, if we go back to uh, Gemini, they have a lot of money and they're trying to solve this issue with very complex mathematics like sharding. I don't know details in sharding. Layer two is which is mostly done these days. Layer two is to simply under to simply understand. Uh, as explained last time, hmm, hmm, I don't know who is this, so I don't know if I should admit. Let me see. Is this Abhinav? Hello there. Who is Spectral Footprint? Hi. Because he's not responding. I gotta Unfortunately, I'll have to remove. We don't know who that person is.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, actually I opened it on my laptop, and unfortunately the battery died.
So Abhinav.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You gotta reply. I'm Abhinav because
yeah, yeah.
you're
I'm sorry.
yeah
I just turned on my mic, so I'm
yeah
really sorry about
you're
that.
shown as spectral footprint. So we didn't know who you are. Okay. I mean, nothing here is really secret, but
No, no. Actually, I just realized that I used my other account.
yeah,
So I'm really sorry about the confusion.
no worries. Good practice. Good practice to use multiple Google accounts. And some companies like Facebook will ban your entire ban all of your accounts just for using multiple accounts. Google allows it. L layer one blockchains. So the whole point is you you do the same thing. You do almost not the same, but almost the same thing here. Layer two block uh, to 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 make it not confused. Just Lightning Polygon. So you do almost similar things here, especially Polygon, almost the same. And when they confirm uh, determine when they determine that we have enough data to report to the main blockchain, they do it. That's it. It's too simplified explanation. But if we go further, it's too much. It's also too much technical. For the Lightning network, it's like a uh, you open the channel with, for other people or for yourself, and they they uh, they make transactions using that channel. And when they think that there are enough accumulated transactions in the Lightning network, they close the channel and they report the whole transactions that have accumulated in the L2 layer 2 network to the layer 1 network. Is it difficult? So it's like a so there are Indian Bank 1, Indian Bank 2, and let's say Aditi sent 1,000 Indian rupees to Aditya or Sam or whoever. Then these banks will not gonna exchange money immediately. They will keep their book. They will keep their they will do their bookkeeping, and maybe every 1 month or whatever period they want, they will do the final adjustment. Not every single time Aditi sends Abhinav, Rohan sends Anjali. Not every single time. They will do at some interval, because it's not so efficient to do it every single time. And they already established some connections. This Indian Bank 1 knows Indian Bank 2, and they trust each other. So they made an agreement, because our customers communicate, send transfer money too often. Let's do it. Let's make a final adjustment at the end of the month. It's like this. Layer 1 and layer 2, it's not the same position, but layer 2 decided to, layer 2 is something that accumulate the not the single basic transactions, and sum it up and report it to the layer 1 transaction and inject one transaction. That's the basic idea. That's why Polygon is so quick, but it requires it's the same. Interesting. But I would be more wary of the 20 confirmation because it's so quick. It's actually much quicker than Ethereum. Uh, you guys have done the assignment, right? The assignment of sending the Polygon network on the Polygon network your test matic to your team members, and it was almost instant. Not like game, not like internet banks, but it took less than 1 minute, right? But it sometimes take minutes. So this is the limitation I wanted to share. And despite Lightning Network and Polygon are fast enough for daily transactions, I want to emphasize that centralization is not always bad. So decentralization, it's now from now on, it's my opinion. It's not something established public's opinion or experts' opinion, or it's not anything technological. It's a Julian's opinion, personal. So we are witnessing a revolution from centralization to decentralization. So in this process, many things change, such as there's a good chance that Apple App Store and Google Play have will have to abandon their strict policies.
Julian, you're sharing the different
Okay,
screen.
okay, thanks so much. Julian's personal opinion: centralization and decentralization may have to abandon their. I think will. I think so, because I mentioned that it's personal opinion. Will have to abandon their strict policies because there are many of creator economy, share economy, uh, decentraland. Some of you played Decentraland, right? So in Decentraland, you have tokens, Decentraland tokens, mana, and they make uh votes, a vote for uh the future policies and futures. What's the sound? Yeah, yeah. Thanks for muting. Uh, for example, Decentraland, this place, we vote users vote for decentralized policy and future, and they make decision not only for platform operators but also for users. So for now, if Apple changes, what platform operators do is that uh, Web2 platform operators lure users with advantages and later change their policies. So they make a lot of money and users get little. But this is gonna be more and more common and become more and more common and popular, and people will see the difference, and they will. They will. It's called DAO. It's called DAO, decentralized DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. What's wrong here? So this kind of things will become more and more common and common. But I believe if when we go this when there's a however, if we only have decentralized, if we have everything, will the world be perfect? Actually, many crypto enthusiasts advocates believe that the fully decentralized world is the ideal world, utopia. Most cryptocurrency enthusiasts believe that the fully decentralized world is a utopia, is an ideal world we need to arrive. This is not going to happen, in my opinion, and there will be a balance between there will be a balance between some centralized organizations and some centralized financial activities and some centralized things, and also decentralized things, decentralized organizations, but much greater extent. I mean, much greater extent. It's we are seeing this is happening. We are seeing this is happening, and I believe some they will try to find some. The world will try to find. Julian believe the world will try find the balance between them. So it's like if we compare with countries, uh, we will see that the Web3 in the Web3 world, the economic the financial compensation, even Apple and even Google will try to compensate users much more than now because uh, it's like it's about, let me see, about, where should I write? Web3, a good part of Web3, a good, oh no, a good part of Web3 is democratic, democratic? Oh, correct, democratization of the internet. Good part of Web3 is the democratization of the internet. And when this value is pursued, started to pursue, when this value is started to pursue, most will pursue. Most will follow this path. Just like, just like almost every country in this world now is democratic society. I mean, you don't want to go to North Korea. You don't want to go to some dictatorship countries, but there are some countries that which is exceptions. Not fully dictatorship. I'm not gonna mention dictatorship here, but you are listening to me here. Everyone is here, so you'll understand. Not fully dictatorship, but China, not fully, not 100%, but still like a monopoly, a political monopoly, and Singapore, not as much as much less than China, but Singapore. There has been a prime minister. Uh, not has been. There was a prime minister who governed the city of Singapore for decades, and it should be viewed as a dictatorship and a modern democratic value from the modern democratic value. But in the end, he made a he allowed. So his name should be Lee Kuan Yew. Lee Kuan Yew. Let me look up. Uh, let's not put China here because it's so much different. Because Singapore still advocates the value of the democratic societies a lot more than China. So Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew, he uh, governed the uh, city of city nation for decades, a lot, almost dictatorship. But in the end, the result was great. Most Singaporeans agree that admits what's wrong in Singaporeans. Most Singaporeans admit that would admit there would have not been nowadays Singapore without him, without Lee. So they are satisfied. Maybe they are unsatisfied with the process, but they are satisfied with the result. And Singapore is still when if you look at uh, Singapore media freedom, if you look up Singapore media freedom rate ranking, Singapore in bottom 20 countries. I haven't clicked this. Let's say Singapore has dropped 2 places from 185th to 160. World Press Freedom Index. Okay, so still, Singapore still suffers from low world, low press freedom. How much is it? 106th. World's low. But let's go back. Singapore GDP per capita. This nation doesn't have any natural resources, and it was really it was not doing well after the World War II, and it made some miracle currently it's holding almost 60,000 US dollar GDP per capita. So it was like a magic. It was highly attributed to this Lee Kuan Yew. So my personal opinion is that while there is a balance, even in one organization, while there will be some balance between decentralization and centralization, there would be some companies, organization, governments function like Singapore. It would be like Apple, good example. Uh, yeah, that's my personal opinion. And why is centralization always bad? Is centralization always bad? It depends on who you're asking and who will answer. But Julian thinks that there should be a balance. Centralization is more efficient, fast, um, and yeah, efficient, more efficient, fast and resource efficient. Centralization is more efficient, fast decision making process. Use it's all included in efficiency. When we go back to the L2 chain solution, you'll know that. So we're now covering why we're using Duende, a payment gateway. It's getting back to previous question. Are we going to integrate with MetaMask? No, that's not so friendly to end users. Uh, why use our payment gateway? You have to consider these blockchain issues. Um, how are you going to deal with cost and speed if using Ethereum? If using Ethereum, so nobody wants to wait for 5 minutes after clicking heart, after clicking Instagram heart, and you have to wait for 5 minutes until the heart is approved. Then nobody's gonna use it. It's much better for Polygon, but you still have to wait like 20 seconds or 30 seconds. And in the worst case, it may not go well. It may not go through. The transaction may fail. And in case of Polygon, uh, how are you going to deal with transaction failures technology wise? And how are you going to deal with fraud? And um, what's the reimbursement? Reimburse? As we talked again, as we discussed, blockchain cannot go backward, only can go forward. Technology issue. How are you going to deal? Let's change it all to we. We how are deal with privacy, users' privacy. I mean, there are some things that they want to expose it to the public, such as NFT, their NFT items, but not all users may not want to reveal their NFT items, or uh, uh, we will issue NFT each. We will issue NFT for each dating, for Korean dating. Once every time you go on virtual date, in case you want, we will issue NFT. But then uh, you might not want to reveal your previous dating history, right? It's your privacy. Uh, how are we going to uh, efficiently deal with management of users ownership, such as NFT or cool token holdings? So when you think about this, in case of metaverse, it's a little bit programming side, so I don't want to go deeper. But in case, let's think about it in metaverse. In case integrating with metaverse, which is decentralized, it's not fully decentralized. It's much more. It's decentralized at surface, but the thing is, metaverse. Let's first with the technical issue. You have to uh, set up all the items on Koolpeace. We have to set up every time user logs in. Every single time you the user logs in with their address, which means that uh, for example, the user might have already sent their NFT out to somewhere else. And how are you going to monitor it and track it? It's a bit difficult for designers to understand, right? It's programmers will understand. For example, the wallet and our server are separate. And if the user sent NFT item, their NFT item out to somewhere else, how are we going to track it? So let's go shallow here. Just mention this. And another thing is that why is it not fully decentralized? It uses MetaMask uses Infura. So Infura is a node blockchain node company. So technically, strictly speaking, without running your own node, you cannot inject the transaction. So the last time I explained you that the last time I explained you maybe somewhere here. Let's go back. Oh, we are already 60 somewhat slides. The last time here I explained that Polygon scan or Ether scan, they just run their own node and they ask and they monitor this node to see what's happening in the whole blockchain. And if you want to inject the transaction, you have to run your own node. And how is it possible with MetaMask? You've never downloaded any node, right? It's multiple gigabytes for Ethereum and Polygon as well. So how is it possible for MetaMask, which is also centralized? So MetaMask send their transaction to the outsourcing. They are outsourcing node Impera.io, and you send transaction out to there. Transaction. This is how it works. So you are happy with not running your own node, but you are also at risk. Although it's not likely. It's not likely, but you are at risk that in case something goes wrong here, or the MetaMask was connected to a wrong Infura node, then you may lose your money by doing wrong things. Very unlikely, but I'm speaking in theory. I'm speaking in theory. And even if you send transaction here, you still have your seed base and control your own money. So it's decentralized, but at some if you dig deeper, it's not fully decentralized. And another point to look at is that users, general public, always need user-friendly UI. So if I gave you an assignment, running your own node and send metric to your team members with command lines. Do you believe that you would do it? Like you should do it like a web3.com, ethereum.com, ethereum dot not .com, web3.ethereum dot send transaction wallet seed rate. You should do something like this. And do you think that general public will be able to do this? Absolutely not. So what did you do? Use MetaMask, which is UI. So MetaMask outsources their node part, running the node part to Infura. It's just UI. But the thing is that this UI is also centralized at some point, and many other virtually every DeFi virtually every crypto or DeFi UI client side is centralized because they have domain name and domain names, and IP addresses. Sorry for designing team again, but uh, so MetaMask, you get why MetaMask is centralized, because when the MetaMask is eliminated from Chrome uh, extension, Chrome extension, you're not gonna have access to MetaMask, and you have to do this. It's the same. It's the same for mobile environment. Same for mobile environment. Okay, we're ahead of time. Not ahead of time. We're close to the time. Julian's points. In this era, users need native mobile applications or a list progressive web app to have to feel comfortable with comfortable with the UI. Apple App Store and Google Play are already centralized. As long as we plan to roll out apps, there is no point of uh, being obsessed with completely decentralizing our apps. Because why? Because the app is already on Apple, already in control of Apple and Google, somehow. So we choose for efficiency, more efficiency, at least for now. Okay, 1 hour passed. Any questions? Oh, today was a bit disorganized. I talk too much, right? I talk too much without looking back. If you're following me very well, if you have any issues, you can replay this recorded video. But feel free to ask questions. Oh, there's an announcement. Announcement, which is, yeah, because of yeah, same for mobile environment. You are doing the test assignment. Test assignment. Duende. But this is inevitably related with Duende, Koolpeace, and Korean dating users. So we have most users here. Most users. currently most users, and we hope to have we expect, or we hope to have, we hope they be connected very closely, and we transfer these user base to here as well. So Duende is a uh, it's for the market is bigger for Duende, technically speaking. In reality, it's not. It's not. Korean dating is the biggest, uh, but at we are revising Duende. Uh, we are revising Duende for the almost the almost exclusive use for Korean Koolpeace and Korean dating. So we have to think who are users for Koolpeace and Korean dating for Duende, which I initially discouraged to for you guys to think about Koolpeace at this moment. But as the discussions went on, we maybe only me, maybe just me, but arrived to a conclusion that you might need some understanding in Koolpeace and Korean dating, especially Koolpeace. So I would. This is an assignment. And by the next meeting, click this link and you read this one, this writing before you come. It's gonna take you 1 hour. Part-time members maybe not be available, but full-time members, you guys should read so that we can discuss. Any questions? 7 minutes passed. You may go. Bye bye. Okay. Fortunate. It wasn't too difficult.